we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at the headlights. I've already done one because I wanted to see if it worked. I wanted to sort of have a little practice myself almost and try and get the headlights to a good enough condition. As you guys know, I've been looking for black ins, but they don't seem to come up very much. I had one guy that was sort of available, but he's quite far away and he won't post them because obviously they break, the adjusters and stuff go in them. So yeah, we're still looking for them, but it was really bugging me how they were getting to a point now where it's summer, I'm going to go to shows and little meets and stuff like that, and that is probably one of the worst parts. So it's quite a clear finish. You can see scratches up close, but this is obviously just something that I've sort of read about online. I've actually watched Chris Fick's video on as well. So she's not in the best condition. You've got these funny, almost like bubbling effect, which I'm hoping isn't on the inside of the headlight, but overall not the greatest condition. At the top you're mainly getting that UV damage where it goes sort of yellow, only slightly. Obviously you guys may have worse headlights, obviously if you're on here watching these videos thinking, oh, mine aren't the best. Mine have been done before. I got a guy to come out and do them and he cleared them right up, and that's when they were really bad. Like I said, ideally you want a DA polisher or something on the end of a drill, but I don't have one, and I'm actually going to a little meet in Trowbridge tomorrow and I want my car not to have crap headlights. So yeah, sort of a last minute thing, but not de-icer, ignore that, that's water, cutting compound, and a wax. Obviously you don't have to be Maguire's, it can be whatever you want. 600 grit sandpaper wet and dry, 2000 grit sandpaper wet and dry, and masking tape to go around the headlight like I have here. Obviously I've lifted the bonnet up. Headlights on Clios aren't the easiest to take off, but obviously if you've got a different car, it might be easier to take the headlight out. But as long as you mask up, you should be doing anything too crazy anyway, because this is sort of more like a quick fix, and we're going to see how long it lasts with me just waxing it, and obviously I can keep you guys updated on that. So yeah, we're going to start with the masking tape, just run around all the bodywork, protect the paint. I've lifted the bonnet so I don't have to take that up. So yeah, let's do that. Ta-da! I probably moved slightly, but I tried to be cool. Cool, after that, okay, straight onto the sandpaper now. Obviously starting with the 600 grit. If they're more sort of oxidised, they're more yellow, they're a bit worse than mine, you want to start with a 400. Remember, really pressing lightly, and it's wet and dry sandpaper, so it always needs to be wet. So make it moist, very moist, moist headlight, sand lightly while continuing to make moist. So moist on the 600 grit. Remember, this is only a light press, and continue into, because you should see almost like a yellowy sort of like, I don't know how to say it. Only a light press, no need to go crazy. You almost get like a yellowy drip running down, if I can show you. It's not like clear water, you almost get a haze in the water. If you're using a clear coat afterwards, you want to be doing a specific motion like side to side, because that's going to hold the paint. Try and keep it clean. Not go too crazy. Okay, so once I'm finished with the 600 gear, give it a good spray. At this point you want to wait for it to dry. I'm a bit lazy, so I'm going to get myself a cloth and give it a helping hand along the way. Big old clear haze. Obviously you can see the scratches in there because it is a 600 grit sandpaper. That is with me pressing sort of barely anything, so do not put loads of pressure on, yeah, because you're going to make yourself a task and a half. So now with the 2000 grit, same process, make it soaking wet, make the light soaking wet, and try and smoothen that baby out just a little bit more. Okay, So I've given this one a bit more love with the old 2000. I made sure I'd given it a good one, but you can feel it obviously being a lot smoother, and then you sort of know you've done your job. Unfortunately, still got the bubble in. I'm hoping that all the yellow sort of top half's gone, where the proper oxidization has got it going good, but I'm not quite sure about these bubbles. That might be an internal thing, so yeah, but we're going to see now. We're going to work the compound in, yeah, we'll go from there. But unfortunately, the one I did without showing you has come up a lot better, I think. So whenever you're using this stuff, give it a proper shake. If you don't shake it up enough, you'll see about 25 different colours where all the chemicals haven't mixed. Oh yeah. I've already obviously used these pads for the other one, but don't be shy. Especially because I'm doing it by hand. I want to work quite a bit in. This is the part where a DA would do a hell of a lot better job, but I haven't got one. Can't afford the car parts I want, let alone a polisher. Oh, it's never as fast when you swap hands. This is going to work its way into that sanded up part. I'm going to leave it to cure for a little bit. It will almost go away. And then we buff it off. If it looks like it needs another pass, we'll give it that, and then we'll finish. I'm just going to wipe it off. Oh, it's not too bad, you know. That compound works wonders. Some of the bigger blobs still seem to be there, which I might do another pass of compound just to see what we get out of that. There's got smaller blobs are still in the middle here, but those bigger haze marks have almost disappeared here, and the blobs, as you can see quite clearly, are in there, but there's nothing we can feel. Unfortunately, that may just be underneath, but as it is now just after the compound, it looks so much better. Bar dots may obviously come out better with a DA polisher. Obviously you guys might know your stuff, so do let me know, but yeah, unfortunately I think those dots are here to stay, but I'm going to give it another pass with the compound just to test my luck. Now, so we're just going to finish off now with a wax, same process, work it in, let it sort of dry so it's almost going hard, and then I'm going to buff it off and we'll have a look at the finished product. So the whole point in the wax layer is to give it that sort of protection, because I'm not using any clear coat or anything like that. This wax is going to be what I'm going to keep topping back up, and hopefully giving it a little bit more of a chance against UVs. If it just made headlights out of glass, no one would get this problem, but there we go. Sort of obviously whip all the tape off. We're going to buff that over one last time with a microfiber cloth, pack everything away, and I'll show you guys tomorrow in the sunlight and sort of what they look like in the finished product. It's a couple of days after now, but obviously they're looking a lot better. I have done a lot of driving, so yeah, I've got a few sort of dirty marks on the front, but the wax has kind of cleared up these bubbles that are in the middle. There is sort of one there-ish, if you can kind of see it, and another one sort of towards the top, but overall I think that looks quality. If you guys have got sort of more of that, well, yeah, it's kind of like a yellowy haze almost, that oxidization all over the headlight, you might want to start with say a 400 grit, then go 600, and then sort of maybe 800, then jump to 2000. A couple of people say finish on 3000 grit as well, so even lighter. So have a little look online at a few sandpapers and stuff. So yeah, sort of see what takes your fancy. Obviously there's multiple ways you can finish. I've seen people that now do that clear wrap that you can put on the bodywork as well, and it sort of adds that sort of, yeah, another layer of coating. It protects it from the sunlight, but it also means it doesn't stone chip, because that's the only reason why I think I've moved away from clear coating, because I've seen people obviously put that clear coat over the headlights to sort of, yeah, how to protect it is that it can chip, because it's almost like a layer of paint, whereas obviously the headlights are plastic, so if they get hit by stones and stuff, it doesn't really show up. So that's the one reason why I sort of moved away from clear coat, but that is an option if you guys wanted it to be. So yeah, I'm going to get some UV protection on this from a friend who whinged at me and said, what are you doing? He could have done it for me, and he had a polisher, so if it ever happens again, I'm definitely going straight to him and he can do it for me. But it's a nice, simple, easy way to get your headlights looking pretty decent for not a lot of money really. Don't obviously worry about doing it wrong or anything like that, just take your time, don't press too hard with those harsher grits, the 400 and 600, just light, you'll see that it's working in, and yeah, work your way up through the sandpapers, put some nice compound in there, and it makes a massive difference. Like I say, when you sort of watch these videos and when the sort of headlight haze is over, that's the point when you're like, oh my god, I don't think I'm ever going to get back from that. But as soon as you put that compound in there, it seems to work its magic and clear her right up. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I've got a few mods coming soon. I just want to wait one more payday, and then I know I'm good for all my house upgrades and housework that needs to be done. And yeah, and then I'm ready to start spending some money on the car again, or looking to get a new car. I don't know, we'll see. Thank you.